You know, every single beat of your heart, it's all powered by this tiny, invisible electrical spark. So in this explainer, we're going to dive in and find out exactly where that spark comes from and how in the world it works, using some fantastic work from Teach Me Physiology to help guide us.
So let's just jump right in. Have you ever really stopped to think about it? I mean, what is that initial spark that actually tells your heart to beat? It just happens, right? All day, every day, without us even noticing. It's the literal rhythm of our lives.
Okay, to find that answer, we've got to take a little trip deep inside the heart itself. We're looking for a tiny but incredibly powerful command center that acts like the heart's own personal built-in metronome.
And here it is. It's tucked away in the wall of the right atrium. It's called the sinoatrial node, or SAN for short, which is way easier to say. This little cluster of specialized cells, well, it's the star of the show. This is the primary pacemaker, the source of that electrical pulse that tells the whole heart when to contract.
Now, what makes these SAN cells so special is this property called automaticity. And think about what that means. They don't need a signal from your brain or anywhere else to get going. Nope, they just generate their own electrical rhythm all by themselves. It's what makes the heart so amazingly resilient.
So how does this automaticity thing actually work on a cellular level? Let's zoom in even closer. We're going to look at this elegant three-phase electrical dance that creates this life-giving spark.
The whole thing is this beautifully coordinated cycle, and it happens in 3 distinct phases. You've got a slow buildup, then the main spark, and finally a super quick reset. And this cycle just repeats itself over and over for every single beat of your life.
So it all starts with phase 4, the pacemaker potential. The best way to think about it is like a leaky faucet that's slowly, drip by drip, filling a bucket. This is driven by something scientists actually call the funny current. It's this slow, steady leak of sodium ions into the cell, which gradually raises its electrical charge and gets it ready for the main event.
Okay, so this table lays out the entire sequence perfectly. After that slow sodium leak gets the cell to its firing point, bam, phase 0 kicks in. That's the spark. It's a huge rush of calcium into the cell. Then, in phase 3, everything reverses. Potassium rushes out of the cell, resetting it so it's ready for the very next beat. It's this perfect 3-step rhythm: charge, spark, reset.
Now, here's a really crucial difference. If you look at the electrical signal in other heart cells, they have this long, drawn-out plateau phase, but not here. Pacemaker cells have this sharp, triangular shape, and that shape is the secret to their speed. It lets the cell reset almost instantly, getting it ready for the next beat right away. It is just pure biological efficiency.
Now, this cellular metronome is incredible, for sure, but it can't just tick away at one speed all the time, right? Our body's needs change constantly. So let's move on and see how our nervous system acts as the ultimate speed control for the heart.
Our body has this brilliant built-in accelerator and brake system. The parasympathetic system, that's your brake. It slows the heart down when you're chilling out. On the flip side, you've got the sympathetic system. That's your accelerator. When you're stressed or exercising, it hits the gas, makes that pacemaker potential get steeper, and just speeds everything up.
You want to hear something wild? If you could somehow block all of those nervous system signals and just let the SAN do its own thing, its natural intrinsic rate would be about 100 beats per minute. I mean, that's pretty fast, right? So, why is a typical resting heart rate closer to, say, 60? It's all because of that parasympathetic system, that brake we just talked about. When we're at rest, it's the dominant force. It's constantly applying a little bit of pressure, keeping the heart's rhythm nice and calm.
This whole system, it's just a masterpiece of biological engineering. But like any complex machine, sometimes things can go wrong. So now, let's zoom back out and talk about why this intricate electrical system is so absolutely critical for our health.
So when this finely tuned electrical system gets disturbed, it can lead to a condition we call an arrhythmia. And that really just means the heart has developed an irregular beat or rhythm. It can be something minor, or it can be a major medical emergency.
These problems can pop up for a few key reasons. First, you can get an ectopic pacemaker. Basically, some other part of the heart goes rogue and tries to take over as the conductor. Then you have after depolarizations. Think of them like these weird electrical aftershocks that just shouldn't be there. And a really common one is a re-entry loop. Imagine an electrical signal getting stuck on a traffic circle, just going round and round instead of continuing down the road. Well, that trapped signal creates total chaos.
And this right here is the critical danger.
An irregular rhythm isn't just a fluttery feeling. As Teach Me Physiology points out, when the heart isn't beating in a coordinated way, blood can just pool in the chambers and form clots. And if one of those clots breaks free and travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke.
So how do we fix this? Well, a lot of the treatments are basically designed to hit the reset button on the heart's entire electrical system. Something like a DC cardioversion, a controlled electric shock, is meant to interrupt all that chaotic signaling and just give the SAN a chance to take back control as the heart's rightful leader.
So, the next time you feel your own pulse, maybe just take a second to appreciate that incredible, invisible electrical dance happening inside you. It's not just some abstract science, right? It's the foundation for technologies that literally save lives. And it kind of makes you wonder, what other invisible engines are quietly running our lives right now?